Yeah, I think he's the head of the snake, and they go as he goes, and he's super talented. They have a super talented team, and I think it's kind of funny part about this league. You play somebody good, and then next week you play another team that's great, and I think it's fun and challenging at the same time, and it'll be good to go up against them.
The good news is there's one defense assignment you don't have to worry about anymore, and that's dealing with Derrick Henry, because now he's on your team. He had 151 yards on the ground against the boys. What has he brought to this team, Kyle?
Besides running the football hard, he's a super cool guy, and a lot of guys look up to him, including myself. I've been watching him play since he was at Bama, and just glad he's on my side now. I don't have to deal with tackling him. So just outside of football, I think he's a huge locker room guy for us and super chill. He's trying to give me some diet tips at the same time, trying to get all the white rice out of my diet and more to salads, but I'm not really a salad guy.
I feel like I would definitely be like, what? I'm sorry, I don't hear you. I don't know what you're talking about.
Right.
Yeah, right. For the people that don't know, Kyle, a little bit about your story. You were actually born in Greece because your dad was a pro basketball player, and you've certainly got a lot of size yourself at 6'4". So what drew you to football as opposed to the family sport of basketball?
Yeah, dad played basketball, brother played basketball, cousins, uncles, everybody played basketball. So growing up, I just thought it was going to be basketball. And football felt kind of like somewhat of an escape for me from the grind that basketball was at the time. Be able to go out and hit people and it'd be legal and not get a foul for it. It was a fun time, and I'm here now, and I'm glad I chose football over basketball.
Yeah, I think it worked out for you okay. I think you can make a career out of it if you want to.
I can't be too mad.
Right. One thing I also know is that you take a lot of pride in your heritage. Your mom is of Korean descent. What does it mean to you to be one of just the few Asian American players in the NFL?
It's pretty cool. It's something that sometimes I take for granted because I know I'm in it all the time, and we're focused on ball and this and that. But there's a bunch of people that look like me and that don't look like me that may be looking up to me, and to be somebody that maybe somebody out there may not think they belong or can make it to a certain level, no matter if it's football or in the business world, whatever it may be. Just be able to come out here and be successful and hopefully potentially have sustained success and just kind of be an example. I think it's pretty cool to do that.
It really is. Representation is everything. You're also repping for Atlanta there. You grew up in the Atlanta area. You decided to go to Notre Dame and play for Brian Kelly, even though you had schools like Georgia that wanted you. And as someone that's from Georgia, how could you? I'm just kidding. What ultimately made you decide to go to South Bend?
Yeah, I got a lot of how could yous from classmates and teachers. And, it's in Georgia, as you know, it's all go dogs. And you don't hear a lot else. But it was tough for me to leave Georgia. And Georgia, if I didn't end up at Notre Dame, probably would have been a Bulldog. But I think my mom and dad instilled in me, go experience new things. And they lived all over the world and had the opportunity to meet new people. And I feel like going to Notre Dame allowed me to do that and just have experiences that I don't think I would have elsewhere. And it's just such a special place that I'm glad to be a part of, and also go there and compete at the highest level of football. And it's the best of both worlds in that scenario, and I think it's worked out for me so far.
Yeah, and also you mentioned representation. You played under Marcus Freeman when he was the defensive coordinator, a guy that's also very proud of his Asian American heritage as well. How much do you keep up with him and follow the program? When you're an alum that can't actually get out there. Kyle Hamilton, super fun. Great season for you so far. Good luck this weekend. We appreciate you joining us here on SportsCenter.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Al, no question. We got Bama, Georgia as the game of the week when we talk about the college football schedule. Some other good college football games coming your way tomorrow, noon Eastern. How about this? A ranked Big 12 showdown between Oklahoma State and Kansas State. Last time Mike Gundy and company traveled to Manhattan 2 years ago, Kansas State beat them 48-0, the worst L of Gundy's career. And here's Kyle Hamilton's squad. That is number 16 Notre Dame hosting number 15 Louisville. The Cardinals will try to contain Irish quarterback Riley Leonard, who has 6 rushing touchdowns this season, tied for the 3rd most among FBS quarterbacks. By the way, Notre Dame, they took a bad loss a year ago to Louisville in a battle of unbeatens in the Big Ten. 4-0 Illinois traveling to take on 3-0 Penn State. Illinois 4-0 for the first time since 2011. Sports Center on the Road is presented by Geico, as we are joined now by Sanford Steve, who's in Tuscaloosa for the game of the week, and that is Alabama and Georgia. Let's get to some storylines you're watching for this weekend, Steve, and start
about Illinois going on the road as an underdog at Nebraska, won in overtime. Now, how can you handle the constant pressure that Penn State's offense and defense puts on you? Really interested to see how Illinois' team comes out and what Coach Bielema, he said whatever the hell that is, white energy, he doesn't know. Georgia, what are they going to look like in Tuscaloosa? But first, I want to see what Ole Miss looks like against Kentucky. Watching the tape, what no one's going to bring up is how well Kentucky's defense played against Georgia. And that factors into Ole Miss because Ole Miss hasn't played anybody this year. Kentucky's defense is going to punch you in the mouth. How will Ole Miss's offense respond in a game that they're a big favorite? And obviously here in Tuscaloosa, Georgia's defense played great, kept them in that game the whole night in Lexington when their offense struggled. Now they need it again as they get their defense back to fully healthy. How will they play against this explosive Alabama offense who has absolutely been sensational with explosive plays? Milroe throwing the ball, Milroe running the ball. That Alabama offense has looked totally different since they got that offensive line back as a whole, and you saw that butt whooping they put on Wisconsin and Madison.
Cannot wait for that matchup, of course, tomorrow night, 7:30 Eastern on ABC Primetime. Steve, I've been watching on game day. It's been a good year so far. Let's get to our pick six now and start us off with another SEC game. What action do you like in College Station?
Yeah, I'm going to look at Arkansas and A&M, Kevin. When you look at this game, I think Arkansas should be an undefeated team. They blew a game in Stillwater, but the capability of their offense and that guy, Taylor Green, throwing the football, when you talk to people that have coached against Arkansas this year, they're saying he's gone back to his bag from Louisville days when he's had Lamar Jackson. I think Arkansas is more than capable to pull off the upset. I will take the 6 points with the Razorbacks against the Aggies. Next, Ohio State has not played anybody so far this year. Now they play a Power 4 opponent in Michigan State in East Lansing. And when I think about this spot, if Chip Kelly has 52 cards in his deck, he's only shown 3 of them. I expect a full-out effort from that offense on the road, and I really expect Michigan State's offense to struggle with that really good Ohio State defense. So we're going to lay the boatload with Ohio State. And then finally, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Kent State's playing. We're going to go against Kent State. It's not a good football outfit, and it looks like they're down to their 3rd quarterback. I love Coach Creighton and what he does at Eastern Michigan. We're going to lay the 14 with Eastern Michigan against Kent State.
It's the gift.
No offense, Brian Windhorst.
Hey, I understand, but if it's a gift that keeps on giving, you want it more and more. Much more from Stanford Steve tomorrow, 9 a.m. Eastern on College Game Day from Tuscaloosa. Steve, we appreciate it.
Oh, it's like a betting tag team. We've got our betting analyst, Joe Fortenbaugh, joining us. He's going to help wrap up this pick six. So tell me 3 college football bets that you like, and start with what's going to be a trouncing in Tuscaloosa.
I was going to say, I think more importantly, this is a pick you're going to like.
Sure, okay.
Because we're going to go with Georgia minus the 1, something that Stanford Steve very adamantly opposed to it. He's been red hot this year, so tread lightly. I just think you're getting a discounted price on the Bulldogs in this game. They were a 3.5-point favorite in August on the look-ahead line. A lot of people have soured on him after that Kentucky game. It was still a win. It was on the road. It was a conference opponent. And Georgia's good for 1 offensive dud every year. Last year it was the Auburn game. 2 years ago it was the Missouri game. Alabama hasn't been tested yet. Georgia has. I'll play a -1. Game number 2, let's go under the total, 46.5 in the matchup between Notre Dame and Louisville. Possible weather alert here. Hurricane Helene could be wreaking havoc over the weekend, so keep an eye on the forecast. Notre Dame's defense has been fantastic. 16 or fewer points allowed in every single game this season. When it comes to Louisville, a bit overrated from an offensive perspective. 14 of those points they scored last week were via special teams and defense. And then finally, let's lay the big number with Central Florida, 14 over Colorado. horrific spot for the Buffaloes. Huge win with the Hail Mary last week. Congratulations. Now you're back out on the road for the third time in 4 weeks. Heat and humidity of Florida, taking on a UCF team that's off their bye week and ranks number 2 in the country in rushing at 336 yards per game. I think this game could get very ugly. Colorado's had a lot of trouble with protection. I think UCF's going to hold the ball for a lot in this game. I'd lay the 14.
Coming off that emotional high as well with the Hail Mary. All right, let's go to the NFL. Props to you because you said take the Broncos. You got L's squad. And you looked fantastic against the Buccaneers, right?
Savvy pick.
Now, let's take a look at the Buccaneers again because now they're hosting the Eagles.
Yes.
Eagles are beat up here, and Jalen Hurts has really struggled against Todd Bowles' defenses. But the Philadelphia Eagles are favored by 2. What do you think of the number here?
It's amazing how much we can react to things in 1 week's time, right? Everyone was in love with Tampa Bay coming off the Lions win, which was more of a Lions loss than anything. And then they go and they fall on their face against L's aforementioned Broncos. This game opened Philly -1. It's gotten bet up to as high as 2.5, so there has been some Philly money. More importantly, there's been under money in this game. You've seen it go from 45 down to about 42 or 43. Why? Tampa Bay plays at a very slow pace, 31st in the NFL. And if you take some of these key weapons away from Jalen Hurts, how much is he going to put up? They really struggled in New Orleans last week. So the injury report's going to be the key when it comes to Brown and Devontae Smith and all the weapons around him. I think we're in for a lower scoring game. Philly's defense looked very good last week, and I think Tampa's a bit overrated.
Look forward to Saquon Barkley carrying them once again. Why are you smiling? Much more of Joe weekdays, 6 Eastern on ESPN Bet Live on ESPN.
Kevin's like rocking in his chair. We've got big news from the Big Apple. You guys, ESPN Bet is now live in New York. Head over to ESPNBet.com. Sign up, and while you're there, check out my boost on the Bulldogs to roll over Bama. I ran it by Joe, and he walked out of the room. So I think it's probably good.
Okay.
Hopefully.
Cocktail hour's upon us.
Okay. Coming up, Virginia Tech, Miami set to kick off in just about 50 minutes. But before they do, why Cam Ward is charging to the front of the race for the Heisman Trophy, plus why this weekend's matchups represent the official start of the race for the newly expanded college football playoff. Ryan McGee explains ahead.
Aaron, you're 21 years old. I know everyone sees a football star, but you're just a baby. You don't know who you are.
I know who I am. I'm a demon.
FX's American Sports Story. Aaron Hernandez. All new Tuesdays on FX. Stream on Hulu.
What the biggest companies deliver is exceptional customer experience. What makes it possible is unmatched connectivity and 5G solutions from T-Mobile for Business. T-Mobile connects 100,000 Delta Airlines employees, powers Tractor Supply stores nationwide with reliable 5G business internet, and helps Red Bull revolutionize coverage of live events. This is how business goes further with T-Mobile for Business.
Let's unretire. Why not?
Delay a game!
I'm good right here. Let's run it.
You already know. I told y'all to run that. Come on now.
Download the PrizePicks app today. Enter $5 and get $50 instantly. PrizePicks, run your game.
It's good to get some fresh air.
Fresh air?
Hi, guys.
Bill, you look great.
Now that I have Inspire, I'm free from struggling with the mask and the hose.
Inspire?
Inspire is a sleep apnea treatment that works inside my body with a click of this button.
No mask.
No hose.
Just sleep.
Give me this thing.
Where you going?
I'm going to get Inspire.
Inspire, sleep apnea innovation. Learn more and view important safety information at inspiresleep.com.
Business can happen virtually anywhere, but there's nothing like being there. At National, you can skip the counter and choose any car in the aisle. Even manage your rental right from the app. So you can give some quality time to a quality cause. Swing by to see one more customer and really get down to business. Go National. Go like a pro.
Doug.
And if we win, we get to tell you how Liberty Mutual customizes car insurance. So you only pay for what you need.
Isn't that what you just did?
Service!
Stand back, I'm gonna show ya how Doug and Lee will roll ya. You know you gotta live it if you wanna win.
Time out.
Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Ion. Electrified. Hanguk Tire.
You did things for me, oh Lord, that nobody else could. I know you did, and I want everybody to know. But I still got that old time feeling for you. We had a love, yes we did.
Hey, boss. Okay.
I said I'm fine.
Put me to bed, see you in the morning. With the frosted Superman, but it wasn't on it. And we lost it.
You can talk to me.
It's been really hard for me.
Break It Down is brought to you by Meta. Try Meta AI today. Now on Instagram, WhatsApp, Facebook, and Messenger.
Coming up top of the hour, 7th ranked Miami and Cam Ward getting ready to take on Virginia Tech right here on ESPN. Ward's been every bit impressive in 4 games, racking up 14 touchdowns, 28 completions of at least 20 yards, both leading the FBS. You know, everybody talks about the transfer portal. He is the best transfer in all of college football. You see the big difference, and obviously coming back for a year plays a role. ESPN senior draft analyst Mel Kiper Jr. releasing his updated big board on Thursday. Look at the top 5 quarterbacks from the upcoming draft as of right now, and look at Cam Ward, currently 4th among quarterbacks, 15th overall among all prospects here. Dan Mullen joining us now in studio. What has impressed you the most when you watch Cam Ward in this offense so far at Miami?
It's the swagger he brings to the team. That confidence shows, and it shows with everybody on the entire roster. He doesn't get flustered. He's able to scramble around. You see him able to keep his eyes down the field, and then he can make off-angle throws with his arms. He gets the ball to his top playmakers. He's got Xavier Restrepo, who is a consistent big-time playmaker for him. And he can then beat you with his feet. He's not looking to scramble at first, but if you give him that running lane, he's going to go take it and make it happen.
We've always talked about this specifically at Miami. They have a phenomenal roster. Do you have the right quarterback? And he has the right temperament at 22. Cam Ward right now, the Heisman favorite, according to ESPN Bet. More from Dan, College Football Countdown coming your way, top of the hour, right here on ESPN. And that leads into number 7, Miami, hosting Virginia Tech. And if you look at their schedule and FPI, they feel really good about the idea of winning the ACC and getting into the playoff. And it feels like we're going to have a playoff game tomorrow night on ABC. Prime time, Georgia at Alabama. Top 4 showdown, and now Duncan feeling really good on that game on ABC.
Roll Tide.
As we enter week 5 of college football, the jury is still out on teams like Georgia, Notre Dame, Ohio State, and others. Are they legit, or are they about to be exposed? Court is in session as Judge Ryan McGee puts some of the biggest programs in college football on trial to prove their truth.
September is about to go into the books. And that book is going into the fancy leather-bound legal library of our college football courtroom. Gridiron, judge, jury, and executioner. Okay, that last one feels a little too intense. How about resolution? As in, we resolve to determine if your team's chances for a ring are for real. Or aren't they? Week 5. Let's call it the Proof of Truth Saturday. Beginning in Tuscaloosa, Alabama.
Choose your response.
Hey, Ty, is this post-Saban role for real? Even as home dogs, spelled D-O-G-S, in Georgia, spelled D-A-W-G-S. Are you the unstoppable machine we all thought you were gonna be? Or are you the sloppy jalopy we saw churning through the bluegrass of Kentucky?
And finally, Georgia has escaped Lexington.
Speaking of the Cats, they'll be prowling the Grove, where Ole Miss has outscored their 4 opponents tenfold, 220-22. But none of those 4 had the ability to truly smack the Rebs in the mouth. Kentucky can. See that Georgia game we just reminded you about.
Henderson off a tackler to the 20, off another to the 10, and down the end zone he goes.
O-H-I-O. You are 3-0, but have to go to East Lansing, where the Spartans are 3-1. But like Kentucky, are tougher than a $2 T-bone. Certainly tougher than those first 3 Buckeye opponents combined.
Over the middle, touchdown, Penn State!
In that same Big 18, Big 10, we have officially entered the is Penn State really as good as they seem, or will they let us down again portion of the season. The answer to that question will come via a game versus a team of which we are also asking the same question. Illinois is now in the top 20 after beating Nebraska, who was also in this discussion until they failed to show proof of truth again. Hey, Louisville, you think you're ready to make an ACC title run toward a CFP berth? You're going to have to prove it in the shadow of touchdown Jesus. Hey, Notre Dame, you ready to beat a team with a number next to its name in hopes that it makes us forget about that whole Northern Illinois thing?
They believed, and we came here and got it done.
So, what's the truth? It won't take a sleuth, because Week 5 will give us the proof.
So in summation, Georgia is the truth. We already know Miami is their running back Jordan Lyle getting ready for Virginia Tech right here, ESPN 7:30 Eastern. Lyle had a nice outing last week.
In that, the answer, in that.
This is not in my new contract.
How fast do you think you can get that thing to go?
I'm not that kind of cowboy.
I love pushing. This definitely isn't in my contract. This is crazy. Oh, what did you eat? Here we go.
Venom, The Last Dance, only in theaters.
Consumer Reports conducts over 50 tests to determine the best vehicles, and only one brand was named the 2024 Best Mainstream Automotive Brand, Subaru, with 8 vehicles that are recommended models: Outback, Ascent, Legacy, Impreza, WRX, BRZ, and 2024 top picks Crosstrek and Forester. Safe, reliable, trusted, loved. Subaru.
Get special low rates on a new Subaru Outback for a limited time.
No matter what kind of teeth you gotta brush, Oral-B Electric cleans better with one simple touch. Oral-B's dentist-inspired round brush head hugs them, cleans them, and gets in between them for 100% cleaner teeth. Your perfect clean starts with Oral-B.
Hi, we're Visible. If you're looking for one-line wireless plans without hidden fees and surprise charges for just $25 a month, Visible is for you. That's one line for one flat rate, taxes and fees included on Verizon's 5G network. Plus, with unlimited data and hotspot, you can scroll to your heart's content. Finally, a clear choice in wireless for just $25 a month. You're the confetti. Your wireless should be visible. Switch at visible.com.
We're not going to win a game all season.
Yeah, but at least we're not going to lose a tailgate all season.
How do you lose a tailgate?
You don't?
Yes, that energy. Undefeated.
We literally can't lose.
To an undefeated season.
Undefeated season.
electrified. Hanguk Tire.
Prime Big Deal Days is coming October 8th and 9th. With exclusive savings just for Prime members, you'll feel like a big deal. Shop deals on electronics, fashion, and more this Prime Big Deal Days, October 8th and 9th.
Why has America accepted the wait for payday? Introducing My Pay from Chime. Get up to $500 of your pay before payday. No interest, no credit check, no mandatory fees. Get paid when you say. With My Pay, get started at Chime.com.
It's your last chance to get 3 months of Disney Plus for $1.99 a month. That's right.
Great idea.
Get the hottest shows, greatest, biggest movies, and events. It's your last chance to get the Disney Plus blockbuster offer.
Oh, yes!
Strict dress code.
You son of a... Why'd you keep knocking people out? You should get voted sexiest man of the year. We're back! Now the Tom Cruise do this!
My creator has found us.
We have something he needs.
Eddie, I'm with you to the end.
So romantic.
Oh.
Emily. Yes!
Venom, The Last Dance.
You did things for me, oh Lord, that nobody else could. I know you did. And I want everybody to know, but I still got that old time feeling for you. We had a love. Yes, we did.
Discover Mercedes at Mercedes-Benz of Boise. Discover the luxury, discover the engineering, and discover that you can afford your very own. Right now, drive a new Mercedes C300 for just $459 a month, or choose rates as low as 1.99% for 72 months. Discover your dream vehicle at Mercedes-Benz of Boise, a Lyle Pearson dealership. Peace of mind since 1969.
What to watch for is brought to you by GoDaddy. Power your future.
What to watch for tonight on ESPN. Virginia Tech takes on 7th-ranked Miami, who's off to a 4-0 start behind the stellar play of Heisman favorite Cam Ward. The Canes offense has amassed 209 points, their most through 4 games in program history, and they've dropped a 50-piece in 3 straight games. Kebo, that game's coming up.
Now let's head to the Diamond now. A lot at stake in the final weekend of the regular season here. The Royals Tigers can lock up AL wildcard spots tonight with a win, or if the Twins lose to the O's, the Tigers are 10 games back from a playoff spot on August 10th, but Detroit's 30-11 record since August 11th leads the Bigs, and the Twins collapse. That helps too. In the National League, the Padres have already clinched a wild card spot. It's a 3-way battle for the final 2 spots between the Mets, Diamondbacks, and Braves. Mets D-backs enter tonight's action with a 1-game lead over Atlanta in the wild card hunt, and Mets Braves potentially Monday could decide
everything. It's going to be amazing. Yeah, go Braves, and also Georgia. Nobody believes in you.
Oh,
nobody
stop.
Thinks that
Nobody
you can
believes
do this.
in you.
No
Are
one's
you kidding?
ever believed in you.
They're favored to win the game.
Semantics.
Come on.
You can do this.
Here's looking at the U, kid. Led by Heisman contender Cam Ward. Number 7 Miami is the team to beat in the ACC. The Canes dominated their competition in non-conference play. Virginia Tech brings its lunch pail mentality and the nation's sack leader to Hard Rock. It's the ACC opener between the Hokies and Canes at the bottom of the hour on ESPN.
We all game you straight. That's it. Dominate.
Today's the day. We're gonna dominate every step tonight.
Yeah, we came to dominate. Yeah, we came to dominate.
Stiff arm. Nice way to that house.
Yeah, I'm taking up the crown. I'm standing on business, so I'm standing on my ground. Oh yeah, heavy is the head when it comes. Oh yeah, flipping the game upside down.
He got it for the end zone. Down. What an end zone.
We came to dominate. Yeah, we came to dominate.
We have embarked on the final week of September already. How did we get there, Dan Mullen? Joey Galloway, Matt Berry, starting lineup is back. A big one tonight in the ACC, Virginia Tech and Miami. Hey, a month ago, you'd look at this game and say you got to point to this Friday night, but Virginia Tech hasn't got started like many people thought they would. However, Miami, ranked 7th, looked like the class of the ACC.
Absolutely, and Virginia Tech better grab that lunch pail and bring it with them against that Miami offense. They have looked like the best offense in the country. Now, they haven't had the toughest schedule so far, but scoring over 40 points in every game, then actually 50 in every game except the Florida game where they scored 41. They are explosive. They have playmakers, and Cam Ward is a guy.
And then, look, we're finally playing someone. Conference play is about to begin, the big one. I don't know. Did you know Georgia and Alabama are playing this weekend?
Yeah, I heard that.
Okay, and it's a big one.
Yes, it is really big. And Kalen DeBoer is really going to get his first taste of what this is really like. Last time we saw Georgia was 2 weeks ago against Kentucky. They won 13-12. Everybody started to lose their minds. Is Georgia not as good as we think they are? These are the kind of games we find out how good Georgia is. When they play Clemson, they get up for that. When they play unranked Kentucky, they sort of struggle a little bit. But this is Alabama. We're going to see good on good out of both of these teams. It'll be exciting.
Just getting started on this game. It is the big one in the SEC so far. You talk about Georgia having to go to Tuscaloosa. That's the beginning of it. Georgia's lost 8 of his last 9 games against Alabama. Kirby Smart, coach, is 1-5 against the Crimson Tide as a head coach.
Yeah, that was against Nick Saban, though, as the head coach of the Crimson Tide. It's going to be a very different lineup, a different look in this game.
Kirk Herbstreit, get us ready for college game day in Georgia at Alabama.
Well, Matt Berry, this is the one we've been waiting for, my friend. Georgia on the road here in Tuscaloosa. An Alabama team, obviously, without Nick Saban. Kalen DeBoer's team appears to be ready. We're excited to see the matchup. A couple things to watch, in my opinion, on both sides of the football. Number one, with Kirby's defense trying to slow down this Jalen Milroe offense. We know Jalen Milroe has the ability to throw football, obviously the ability to run. These teams met last year in Atlanta. They did a good job of defending him. How will they do in this game? Because you want to spy him, you're going to leave yourself vulnerable to his ability to throw the football. On the other side, Carson Beck's going to have to go on the road, make good decisions, and get the playmakers involved. Ladd's not there. Ladd McConkey's not there. Brock Bowers is no longer there. Dylan Bell, Dom Lovett will be the 2 guys that will have to step up for the Georgia Bulldogs.
Herb, thank you. More in this game coming up. As for Louisville, Notre Dame, big one in the ACC. Louisville, for at least the Cardinal, 0-8 on the road in AP-ranked matchups, the most without a win in the AP poll.
And it figures you showed Riley Leonard running for a touchdown for Notre Dame. He threw his first touchdown pass for Notre Dame last week. He's going to have to do that because Tyler Shuck on the other side has thrown 8 touchdowns, no interceptions.
Eric McClain, what do you say?
Thank you, Matt. We got a big one here. Ranked matchup, Louisville traveling to Notre Dame in South Bend, and they're excited about this one. You talk about strength of schedule, either team needing this one badly for that 12-team playoff push, and I know they're excited to add to their resume. Let's look at Notre Dame first. Riley Leonard has been a monster running the football. The quarterback there for the Irish has done a great job. They're leading rusher in regards to carries and touchdowns. In the red zone, Louisville has to have a plan in place for him. And then on the other side, with Louisville and their offense been firing on all cylinders, Tyler Shuck has done a great job distributing the ball, but also taking care of the football, not doing anything to put it in jeopardy. Cannot wait to watch this one. It's going to be fireworks in South Bend. Back to you guys.
Joey, over a half touchdown pass for Riley Leonard. Over under.
I'm going over.
That a boy.
Keep it going. He's hot. He's hot.
No such conversation about that with Cam Ward. Heisman favorite, leads FBS passing touchdowns, second in QBR, 94, and passing yards per game, just under 360 yards per game. That's why Mario Cristobal's been smiling all season. He's with our Paul Carcaterra.
Coach, you started 4-0. What do you like about your team?
Well, I just like the fact that this team loves to work. They love to get after it. They're always talking about and working on improvement. There's a tremendous appetite for betterment, and I feel like we're just getting started.
How has Cam Ward elevated your offense?
I just think in every aspect imaginable, as a player, as a leader. I mean, I've said it a bunch of times, he's an alpha dog. And his personality, his mentality, they match what he does on the field. So when you can put those things together, the strength of his leadership grows. So he's brought a lot to the table, and looking forward to him to have a great game tonight.
Stylistically, where does Virginia Tech challenge you the most?
They're the best team we've played so far, by far, and their record is not indicative of what they are. I mean, we all know they were the preseason favorites to win this conference and to go to the playoffs. They've got a great defensive line, really disruptive. The corners are elite football players, long, can run. Offensive line is massive. They get downhill in the run game and they stretch out on the perimeter. So got a great football team.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you.
Little history lesson on Cam Ward. After Washington State last year, actually entered his name into the NFL draft, pulled his name out. Miami NIL must be good because he pulled his name out to go play for the Hurricanes. He's a wow guy, but he's also a whoa guy at the same time.
Oh, he's fun to watch. Unless you're an offensive coordinator or a head coach, he would drive you nuts. He does everything that you tell quarterbacks not to do, but he's successful at it. So it's fun to watch if you're sitting on the sideline. The way he throws the ball over the middle, backing up, he doesn't care. He is a playmaker. Watch him backing up here, and he's going to throw this ball over the middle, beat the safety in the middle. Look at the arm strength on this. If your offensive coordinator saying, no, don't do that, and then you're like, man, that's a heck of it. Now watch this. This might be the best throw I've seen this season. Makes a defender miss. You know, he's a really good athlete. Most guys run, not Cam Ward. We're backing away, going back across our body to the back of the end zone. This is an amazing throw right here with a defender in his face on a rope.
That's silly.
Beats the corner.
Now,
I know Dan Mullen is sitting there like, don't
kick it.
Don't you dare throw this football.
Right.
But then this part, look how calm. Just look around. We got the rush coming to the outside. We're just going to step up a little bit. Don't give him a seam. Look how easily he's running, how easily he's going to get this first down.
That's kind of a dollar, though.
He should have got 3 or 4 more yards.
Yeah.
But he's fine.
Heisman favorites, as I mentioned, above Jackson Dart. It's a quarterback award at this point. Where's Arch Manning? No Arch on there.
2 interceptions last week.
He's got Mississippi State this week. That should help. But Cam Ward, though, plus 425. And look, he's a good quarterback, but he's blessed with a lot of weapons, including Xavier Restrepo, who every week gets the yards, gets the catches, and makes this offense flow.
Yeah, Xavier Restrepo is the guy for Miami, Mr. Reliable. And when you're a quarterback coming in, you love having a receiver that is that reliable. Restrepo has scored a touchdown in every single game. It's not just one game. It's every single game he scored a touchdown. 20 catches for 362 yards. He has great hands. He's a great route runner. Has a feel of where the open spots are, and he makes the big catches at the big moments. When it's third down, when the game's on the line, they're going to Restrepo. They have speed to go have other playmakers, but when they need the play, they go to Restrepo, and he comes through all the time.
They have one ranked team left on their schedule, and that's Louisville. When you think about winning the ACC, they don't have to play Clemson, and chances to get to the playoff, they may set themselves up in such a good spot throughout this regular season that they don't necessarily have to win the ACC to get in. They're that good, and their schedule sets up.
Yeah, because we believe with the 12-team play, like 11-1, probably at that point 11-2 maybe even get you in, especially with what Miami's got on their schedule. Jacoby George, he's another good receiver. You could look top to bottom.
They're pretty.
Miami,
They got talent.
This looks like Miami. Cristobal has done a great job recruiting there. 3 teams have at least a 30% chance to reach the ACC championship game. That according to ESPN Analytics. Miami, Clemson, Louisville. Cardinals' chance is the double next closest school. So that's what the math says. We'll see what the actual football says tonight. Virginia Tech and Miami. Georgia and Bama. Kalen DeBoer is about to get a full pot of SEC this weekend. We'll break down the quarterbacks video game style when we continue.
Wake up, shot calling. Pay what I bought. New crib psychotic. I'm so iconic.
Hi, we're Visible. If you're looking for one-line wireless plans without hidden fees and surprise charges for just $25 a month, Visible is for you. That's one line for one flat rate. Taxes and fees included on Verizon's 5G network. Plus, with unlimited data and hotspot, you can scroll to your heart's content. Finally, a clear choice in wireless for just $25 a month. You're the confetti. Your wireless should be visible. Switch at visible.com.
USAA member Sam Elliott, I'm Gronk, your new roommate.
Roommate?
I can't join USAA, but I could live in your house and ride in your truck. Both USAA insured.
USAA, auto, home, life, and bank.
Democracy at work. Whoa, how did this thing go so sideways? Let's start with these town halls. They're food deserts. Cold coffee and donut holes, stop it. Are we saying sausage is the key to forming a more perfect union? Can't hurt. And maybe we suggest a little more town, less hall? Fresh air, sunshine, fire up a little barbecue and A. We the people need to keep it juicy.
Think scaling your AI pilots is hard? Think again. With Watson X, you can deploy AI across any environment, above the clouds and on lots of clouds. With your secured data on-prem in real time on center court, and assisting bank tellers on the edge. Watson X helps you deploy AI wherever you need it, so you can take your business wherever it needs to go. IBM, let's create.
Check out my new sound system. I saved a few bucks by building it myself. What? Turn it up.
It's never wise to compromise. Choose savings and quality with Farmers.
We are farmers.
One of the UFC's most lethal weapons.
Let's get it, 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 I got it.
You know, we talk about Cam Ward, Xavier Restrepo, but Elijah Arroyo, the big tight end, has become reliable for Cam Ward in Miami. 7th ranked the U coming up tonight, taking on Virginia Tech, just over 22 minutes, but all eyes on Tuscaloosa.
Adversity will come at some point. Choose your response. Every one of you think 1 second about the standard that was set around you. Nobody said it's going to be easy. This is going to be a war.
Touchdown, Alabama! Pressure sack!
Somebody was here before you that set a standard. Today, that's your chance to carry that same standard by what you do.
Okay, fine, I'll watch. What a game. 7th straight matchup as AP top 10 opponents, second most consecutive matchups between opponents where each team is ranked in the AP top 10 all time. Kalen DeBoer, 12-2. Against AP-ranked opponents in 5 years as an FBS head coach, only 3 coaches have more wins in their first 15 games against ranked opponents. And Kirby Smart, 1-5 against the Crimson Tide as head coach. Bulldogs 45-2 since the start of the 2021 season, with both losses coming against Alabama. All of this is to say they know how big this matchup is.
Georgia and Alabama has been playing against each other, especially in the SEC championship for years, and that's who normally wins the national championship.
To the end zone, touchdown! Alabama wins!
You know, the level of excitement that surrounds this game is special. It's different. It's a big deal for us, and it's a big deal because, you know, we're facing a top team in the country.
Going on the road, they're going to be at home. You know, the crowd has an effect. But I think our team, you know, is really looking forward, you know, to the challenge.
I'm expecting the fans in Bryant-Denny to be the loudest that they've ever been.
It's really critical on the road that you play with great execution. You got to be explosive. It's hard to drive the ball methodically down and score on them. I think you've got to be able to hit some shots.
The most important thing that we need to do is inhale belief, exhale doubt. Roll Tide.
It is now time to take a look at our Spotlight game brought to you by EA Sports CFB 25. We're focused, as you would imagine, on Georgia at Alabama. The Matt stat in this one, Alabama's been favored in 113 consecutive home games. Last time as a home underdog, 2007 against number 3 LSU. They lost by 7 as a 7-point underdog. Depending on what book you look at, they're either a 1-point underdog or a pick'em. Probably leaning more towards a pick'em in this one. But to get this one done, Kalen DeBoer is going to have to make use of Jalen Milroe, and Jalen Milroe is going to have to take advantage.
Well, and this is his opportunity on a huge stage to show the improvements he's made as a complete quarterback. And Jalen Milroe has made a lot of improvements as a complete quarterback. You know, you get in the video game, they're showing the highlights. They're going to making people miss spinning, the 90 ranking.
I would X button someone so hard with Jalen Milroe.
But let's look on the field. They showed him running. But what's impressive is developing as a quarterback. You're going to play zone coverage against him. Watch him stand in the pocket as pressure is around him, able to keep his eyes downfield, get through progressions, and get through reads. Now you want to go play him man-to-man. Well, the problem playing man-to-man, you're going to go face Ryan Williams of the world. Looks the safety off, drops it over the out shoulder. Ryan Williams somehow only a 63 in the video game. That's awful. Then you say, let's blitz him. Well, can he run? Absolutely he can run. You blitz him, and he gets to that next level. He has the speed, the athleticism to turn short plays into big plays. Now, the most important one, as a quarterback, you start to scramble. But what do? You keep your eyes downfield. They're worried about him running on the big explosive plays. Eyes are constantly downfield, looking to beat you with his arm, throws the touchdown pass. He has grown under Kalen DeBoer. He's become a complete quarterback under Kalen DeBoer. And he's going to have to do that because if you want to beat Georgia, you have got to have great quarterback play, throw the ball down the field, and have explosive plays, and he can do all of that.
Speaking of EA Sports, it's a true story. 3 years ago, called the Alabama spring game, was down on the field prior to watching him warm up. You look at him as a player, he looks like a creative player. Like, you're like, look at the stature and size of this kid. Is he a really good quarterback? And Alabama, you had mentioned, has to get his best to get the win. On the other side, Carson Beck's been here before. He's an experienced starter. He, too, has to take advantage of the moment on the road in a hostile environment.
In a different way. You don't expect Carson Beck to take off and run you and beat you with his legs like a Jalen Milroe. But he is a guy, like you mentioned, has played a lot of football. He hasn't turned the ball over this season. Unfortunately, he's come off his worst game of the season against Kentucky, where he didn't throw a touchdown in the first time this season. But he is a guy that is 6'4", 220. A lot of people say that he might be the first quarterback taken in the NFL draft in April. He's that talented. So for them to win this game at Alabama, they have to, number one, protect him. He's only been sacked one time this season. Then he has to go down the field, find guys like Dominic Lovett, Arian Smith. Those are his main targets on the outside. And if he can do that, protect the football, make these kind of plays, they want to be physical, they want to run the football first. But then when they turn to their big quarterback to make a play in a clutch situation, Carson Beck's as good as anyone.
Yeah, it's a good point, too. No Lad McConkey, no Brock Bowers. We're kind of waiting for that offense to find its groove with some explosive players. It's going to happen tomorrow in Tuscaloosa. As you look at both of these quarterbacks, as I said, Jalen Milroe was really a creative player when you see him in human. But ahead of this huge game, check out the ratings for the two quarterbacks. 93 for Carson Beck. That is tied as the top-rated quarterback in the game. And a 90 for Jalen Milroe.
Yeah, but you know what? He's got all kinds of different numbers in this game. I think the 90's a little low for him with how he's developed as a passer.
The Ryan Williams number is really low. What'd you say it was?
I think it's 63. That's silly. He's only 17 years old.
You gotta download the update. That'll be fine.
College Football Countdown is brought to you by EA Sports College Football 25. Log in to College Ultimate Team by September 29th to choose a Georgia or Alabama Game of the Week pack and receive Bulldog or Crimson Tide content to add to your squad.
Week 5, let's get weird, starts tonight in Miami. Virginia Tech at Miami, 7:30 Eastern as we count you down to kickoff. And, of course, tomorrow night, SEC on ABC, 7:30, Georgia at Alabama. You've got questions, we've got answers. We are mulling it over. Clemson, are they the one and only in Dan Mullen's heart? Guess you'll have to find out when we come back.
I'm the team mascot, and boy, am I running late. But I got lead in my foot and spirit in my fingers. Ow, what a hit. And if you don't have the right auto insurance coverage, the cost to cover that might tank your season. So get Allstate, save money on auto insurance, and be protected from mayhem, like me. Woo!
I have a surprise for you.
Oh, yes, please.
Yeah. Feast your eyes on this.
Oh, that's sexy. Feels so new.
I want to feel this feeling again and again.
Can I hold it?
How bad do you want to hold it?
I'm not gonna beg, but pretty please.
They don't. Go ahead, press a button.
Oh, it's glowing.
Apple Intelligence. We should do this more often.
Agreed.
Rekindle the feeling of love with the new iPhone 16 Pro on us. And feel it again and again with the latest iPhone every year with AT&T Next Up Anytime.
The ESPN app is a spot for all your sports. For the Saints and the Sinners. For hot takes and high stakes. For MLB, SVP, all on your TV. The ESPN app, one tap. Get it up.
You did things for me, oh Lord, that nobody else could. I know you did. And I want everybody to know, but I still got that old time feeling for you. We had a love, yes we did.
My name's Stacy, I'm 57, and I was adopted in 2020. One teen can come in and make you look at life in a whole different way.
You know, he's my father.
So I look up to him a lot. If I can be 10% of the man he is, I'll be a happy person for sure.
Learn about adopting a teen from foster care. You can't imagine the reward. Visit adoptuskids.org.
The place where legends are made. This is a huge game. To the end zone. Touchdown.
That's how I get by.
I can only imagine the scene in Tuscaloosa tomorrow, 9 a.m. College game day. Nick Saban making his return, this time not as coach, but as world-class analyst. Saturday, 9 a.m. Eastern, ESPN. If you want to know where you can watch your favorite team, go to Where to Watch on the ESPN app and ESPN.com. Tap or click the TV in the upper right. Enter your team. Where to Watch, the ultimate guide to live sports. It is week 5 of the college football season. There are many questions around the country, questions and answers, which means we are mulling it over for you, the beautiful viewer. Okay, we are mulling it over. Biggest game of the weekend. Who's got more pressure to win the game? Kirby Smart or Alabama first-year head coach Kalen DeBoer?
It's a pretty easy one. It's Kalen DeBoer. And Kalen DeBoer is taking over the Alabama program that has so many expectations. Nick Saban was 5-1 against Kirby Smart. Alabama found a way to win in the regular season, in the SEC championship, and in the national championship. Kalen DeBoer has to live up to that. Now, for him to do that, he's in a great position. He's got a quarterback that can make plays with his arm and his feet. And that is a difference maker against the Kirby Smart defense. He also has great playmakers on the outside and skilled players like Ryan Williams that can win one-on-one shots deep down the field because you need explosive plays to beat Georgia.
I think he's got zero pressure. He's taking over for a legend. Kirby Smart can't beat Alabama. If Kirby Smart can't beat Alabama with Kalen DeBoer as their head coach, first year,
there'll be some sad people.
There'll be some sad people. You know what? They'll be very vocal about it, as they are, as always. Okay, we are mulling it over. Ohio State, the highest-ranked Big Ten team. We know they've been the class of the conference. Look, 6 ranked teams in the Big Ten. Which team do you believe has the best chance of messing with Ohio State at the top of the Big Ten?
I think it's Penn State. And I know they haven't been tested a lot early in this season, but they're more explosive offensively this year. They have a dynamic duo in the backfield, Nick Singleton and Katron Allen. They have a quarterback, Drew Aller, that's getting the ball down the field finally with explosive plays. And we know in big moments, they play well defensively. I think the schedule shapes up well for them with an opportunity to get to the Big Ten championship game. And if you get into the championship game, it's a one-game shot for you to get that title. I think this is the year Penn State has the opportunity to get to the championship game and then compete against Ohio State.
You take a look at Penn State's schedule as we speak, and we're looking at, they've got the big one, a whiteout game against Washington, but Illinois is this weekend. They're big favorites, but that's a big one to watch.
There you go.
That's the one.
They're at home for that one.
So to be clear, you trust Drew Allen more than Dylan Gabriel at Oregon?
Yeah, we'll see.
Dicey second answer for game one.
We
are mulling it over. A big one in the ACC tonight. You've got Miami taking on Virginia Tech. As you know, Miami right now the class of the ACC, but we've seen Clemson emerge a little bit over the past couple of weeks. Kate Klubnik looking good. Is Clemson, in your mind, back?
They are. They woke up from the dead, or I don't know who that was in week 1. They came out. But if you really go back to week 1, they played a good first half against Georgia. It was a tight game. You know they weren't moving the ball, but Georgia has a great defense. So you expect that a little bit. They made some shots down the field. They collapsed in the second half. But since that time, they look explosive. Kate Klubnik completing passes at an extremely high percentage, and not just short passes, deep passes down the field. Maffa with explosive runs and doing it against very good football teams. I think Clemson is back. They're playing with confidence. I think they'll roll through the ACC, but we'll see how it goes if they get past the ACC.
They do look explosive. By the way, are you ready for October? We are mulling it over, but not on that tonight.
How are you going to disagree with Coach Mullen on mulling it over? It ain't burying it over.
But that's
He's the one mulling it over.
That's the point. We're mulling over the options.
We ain't doing anything. It's his segment.
Do you trust Drew Allen more than Dylan Gabriel?
Look at these games we got coming up Saturday.
Listen, a responsible journalist and host always follows up with a respectful
I'm just
question.
saying.
Right. Also, not pictured there doing an App State Liberty, big one of the group of 5, canceled, not rescheduled because of Hurricane Helene, who wreaked havoc up through the East Coast last night. Miami down in South Florida, it was a West Coast storm. Xavier Restrepo, Mr. Reliable, something that Joey's never been on set or on the field. Kickoff 8:30 coming up, about 8.5 minutes here on ESPN.
New DQ Fall Blizzard menu. Returning pumpkin pie and French silk pie. This lineup is the GOAT. Taco? No, like the greatest of all treats kind of GOAT. Hurry in before they're gone. Only at DQ. Happy tastes good.
Check out my new sound system. I saved a few bucks by building it myself. What? Turn it up.
It's never wise to compromise. Choose savings and quality with Farmers.
We are farmers.
Hi, we're Visible. We offer one-line wireless plans with no hidden fees for just $25 a month on Verizon's 5G network. One flat rate every single month. Unlimited data included. Your wireless should be visible. Cue the confetti. Switch at visible.com.
It's a good day to start something new. To brush away gray in 5 easy minutes. To put yourself out there and always put your best face forward. Just for men, mustache, and beard.
Meet Ron. Ron eats, sleeps, and breathes hoops. But oh, how he can nail a software solution. You need Ron. Ron needs a retirement plan. Work with Principal so we can help you with a plan that's right for him. Let our expertise round out yours.
USAA. You could be eligible if your spouse, parent, or even your grandparents served.
That was it. You're in.
As a veteran, I'm already in. USAA. Are you eligible?
Hi, we're Visible. We offer one-line wireless plans with no hidden fees for just $25 a month on Verizon's 5G network. One flat rate every single month. Unlimited data included. Your wireless should be visible. Cue the confetti. Switch at visible.com.
6 pieces of chicken, 4 sides, and biscuits? That's a big deal.
Now, this is the type of deal Dad loves.
All this for $20?
I tried to make it 21. Legendary.
Get your own big deal for $20. Coach Prime and KFC, way back, baby.
Welcome to the best season of the year. Football. Welcome to the comebacks, the stars, the exclusives, the comedy, and the best booth in the game.
Is that a new tie? Sure is.
Welcome to a dynasty in the making. A simply rivalry for the ages. Welcome to the 2024 NFL season.
What are you doing?
Seriously?
These are my buttons. Only I press these buttons.
And I can't wait for this one. Question is, will there be a drone strike in South Florida? Just under 6 minutes. Kyron Drones looking to get that Hokies offense going. And to do it, he'll need Bayshaw Tootin, his talented running back.
Absolutely, he needs Tootin to have a big game because if you want to slow down an explosive Miami offense, what do you do? And Cam Ward, you keep them on the sidelines over there. Tootin's rushed for 100 yards in 3 straight games, had 3 touchdowns in last week's game against Rutgers. They need to control the tempo, control the clock, and they can do it getting the ball to Bayshaw Tootin.
Jalen Lane, also a talented receiver they like to get the ball to at Virginia Tech. Joey, what will you be watching tonight?
Virginia Tech's a team you picked to make the playoff.
Who said that?
To do that,
Who said that?
They need this win. You need to mulling that over.
Yeah, you know what? That should have been a topic. We are mulling it over. Whose bracket was worse? Mullen, Joey, Matt. We'll see you coming up at the half.
Miami's a party city. It's got the hottest club scene, and right now in the 305, they've got a top 10 football team looking to muscle its way into college football's VIP section. Cam Ward is their quarterback. He leads the nation in touchdown passes, second in passing yards, and maybe he can join the most exclusive club in college football. Andre Ware is a member. You're in the Heisman section. Are you saving a seat?
Hey, I got a seat for him right here.
And here's why. One of the nation's best in terms of completion percentage. He leads the nation in touchdown passes. A dynamic leader through the air for this Miami attack. He can also pull it down and make plays with his legs. You think you got him, now you see him, now you don't, and it turns into 6 points in the back of the end zone. One of the best leaders in the entire country on one of the best teams.
Virginia Tech, you know how they get it done. This is more lunch pail than bottle service.
Yeah, it really is. APR, Antoine Powell Ryland, the best pass rusher to date in the entire country, leading the country in that statistical category with 6. He can flat out get after you. He's got every pass rush move that you need, Anish. He can come inside, he can go outside. If Virginia Tech is going to have a chance tonight, APR has got to show up big.
We are back with the opening kickoff of the 41st meeting all time between Miami and Virginia Tech. It's Friday night in South Florida.
This isn't one of those sad, fits in a petite paper bag kind of value meal. This is Arby's $7 double meats meal. Big boy bags only. Arby's, we have the meats.
Hey, Lexus, show alternate routes.
Technology that's ready for the road ahead. The Lexus NX.
D&B is the place to dine, where $5 bites hit every time. Price so low you won't think twice. Can't stop, won't stop, $5 bite.
Now at Dave & Buster's, enjoy delicious $5 bites all day, every day for a limited time.
Open your eyes. You deserve better from your phone service. At Total Wireless, we're fixing that. No more hidden fees. No more surprises on your bill. You deserve to get it all, and that's exactly what we'll give you. Find your local store at TotalWireless.com.
There's nothing chill about a hot, sweaty line. Unless you add Mountain Cold Refreshment. Coors Light. Choose chill.
The worst part about being a caveman is the upkeep. I'm a hairy guy, but my razor has to be available 24/7.
Available 24/7? Sounds like Geico's fast and friendly claim service.
Oh, I see. Okay, funny man, why don't you come up here and tell some jokes?
Yeah. What do you call a gecko who helps with insurance? My hero.
For savings and service, get more with Geico.
This is amateur hour.
From Hard Rock Stadium in Miami Gardens, it's ESPN College Football Primetime presented by Ram Trucks, all a part of the ACC on ESPN. For Miami quarterback Cam Ward, superstardom is somewhat of a new phenomenon. Paul Carcaterra, nobody knew who this guy was when he started his journey.
Indeed, Anish, and Cam Ward has been electric thus far this season and a legitimate Heisman frontrunner, but him slinging the ball all over the field, well, that is something that he was not accustomed to. Cam grew up in West Columbia, Texas, and ran the wing T offense in high school. He told me he threw the ball only 10 times a game. He didn't have tape as a passer, and as a result, 0 FBS offers. At Incarnate Ward, he proved he had the arm talent. At Washington State, he proved he could do it at a Power 5 level. And now at Miami, he's proving he can put up video game numbers. He actually reminds me in many ways of a former Heisman winner from Texas named Andre Ware.
Yeah, I'm all about and know all too much about throwing it 10 times a game in the wing tee in high school. But boy, what a fun offense it was to run. Wing right, 21 pitch. That was the bread and butter, baby.
And then they let you throw the ball at Houston, and they let Cam Ward throw the ball at Incarnate Word and Wazoo. Incarnate Word and Wazoo. numbers speak for themselves. Virginia Tech won the toss. The Hokies elect to defer, so Miami will receive this opening kickoff. The Canes 4-0. They have dominated their opponents in non-conference, winning by an average of 40+ per game. Virginia Tech came into the season as a dark horse in the ACC. More returning starters than anyone in college football, but it's been a bumpy 4 games. Losses to Vandy, losses to Rutgers. However, they've been in all 4 games.
Yeah, they really have. And they got their work cut out for them tonight, because this Miami offense can hit you from a lot of different ways. We've talked about the passing of Cam Ward, but they run the football at a pretty good clip as well. 3rd in the ACC with 200 rushing yards per game. They can win in a lot of different manners.
Kyle Lowe sends it away. No chance for Chris Johnson. And we get our first look at Cam Ward and this Miami offense. Ward, a transfer from Washington State. Mel Kiper has him as the number 4 quarterback prospect for the upcoming draft, amongst the national leaders in passing touchdowns, passing yards. And last week, he became the first Hurricanes quarterback with 4 straight 300-yard games to begin a season.
I'll tell you something, if there are 3 guys better than Cam Ward, I'm not believing that. The tape doesn't lie. This guy is as cool, as calm, and as collected as there is in the entire country. Nothing seems to get under his skin.
He finds his running back. Damian Martinez can't hang on, as we take a look at tonight's impact players built by the Home Depot.
Xavier Restrepo, the wide receiver, he is the go-to target for Cam Ward, and the guy that can make plays down the field. Moanoa, the right tackle, also, that's going to be a heck of a matchup, and APR against big number 61 on the right side for Miami.
4 receivers bunched to the top of your screen, and they set up the screen. It's Martinez, an anvil on wheels coming over from Oregon State. It sets up 3rd down. Miami's offense, you've got a Heisman contender at quarterback, a stout offensive line, depth at running back, mismatch at tight end, and oh, by the way, 3, maybe 4 wide receivers that could be number 1s anywhere else.
Yeah, and they don't have to be, have to catch the ball vertically. They can catch it on crossing routes and still get themselves into the end zone. So this is a talented bunch, but a defense that's stingy in its own right for Virginia Tech.
The strength of Tech, the D-line, they bring 5. Ward in the pocket, can't get away. Football comes out. It looks like the Hokies have covered it up.
They're going to rule this a fumble. It is certainly going to be Virginia Tech's ball here early. I'm not sure Cam Ward was trying to throw it as he was going down or what.
Fumble recovered by Virginia Tech.
Excellent at work in the pocket. They just get there. And it looks like it was Kelvin Gilliam Jr. who was the first to arrive, and say it was a pass. An incomplete pass was the ruling on the field, so we'll see what happens here after they indeed take a look at this.
Yeah, originally it looked like they said fumble, and now it is an incomplete pass, which means it's going to be 4th down. We're going to get a closer look. Let's bring in our college football rules expert, Matt Austin.
The ruling of a fumble recovered by the defense is under further review.
All right, they're going to look at that last play. So the initial ruling was fumble, Virginia Tech recovery. Matt, when you watched the replay, what did you see?
Well, I don't have a great view of when his knee exactly hit the ground, but it looked like his knee was possibly down before he let the ball go. But again, the shot I have, the football players' helmets in the way, so it's hard to tell.
That left knee looked like it may have been down. Again, you need indisputable video evidence, and the ruling on the field was fumble, Virginia Tech recovery.
I think he's on top of a Virginia Tech player. And maybe Kevin Gilliam Jr., who he was on top of, who got there first, and then the ball comes out. So I think this is the right call. An incomplete pass. I mean, is that, Matt, a dispute in this of whether the arm was coming forward or?
Well, no, I think it's definitely a fumble because it's the hand. The hand has to start coming forward with firm control of the ball. And I think you can see as the hand came forward, the ball was already coming out.
Okay.
After further review, the ruling on the field stands. First down, Virginia Tech.
Yeah, not enough to overturn the call, and you hear the verbiage stand. It's not confirmed, so you default to the call on the field. And Virginia Tech has the football in plus territory. And Andre, for a team that has struggled to start fast, this is a golden opportunity on the road.
Yeah, it really is. And you got ideal field position in which to start this drive for Virginia Tech. This is a possession they didn't have factored in. And so it's a bonus possession here in the first quarter. Now you got to put points on the board while you're on the road. You want to be if you're the road team, the first on the scoreboard.
A toss play. Bashaw Tootin coming off 3 straight 100-yard games. And he is dumped out of bounds by Deani Hill, who plays that hybrid possession position.
He's a good one. Averaged over 8 yards a carry in their last game against Rutgers and has 17 career 100-yard games. So he is a guy that can get it done. He's a productive back that they'll leave on the field. 20-plus touches are what they want to get him in this one.
Kyron Drones finding his running back in the flat. And 2 plays, 2 touches, only a yard there. It's third down, and there's a theme in the building today. A couple of Houston area quarterbacks on the field and one in the booth.
A guy that played at a pretty good program in the Houston area, Shadow Creek, when he started his career at Baylor, made his way to Virginia Tech to Blacksburg, and what he's got to do is clean up some passing stuff. 48% in their last game against Rutgers. He cleans that up. Who knows where Virginia Tech would be right now. They're going to have to, he's going to certainly have to do that if he pass the ball better if they're going to win tonight.
Pressure coming. He gets away from Alston. Drones downfield wide open. Benji Gosnell, and Virginia Tech capitalizes off the turnover.
But he gave the Miami sideline a little bit of what we see Cam Ward give visiting sidelines every once in a while, or opposing teams. Just kind of stared him down with his hands on his hips a little bit, but does a nice job in the pocket, making guys miss, and then the eyes down the field, finding his big tight end wide open.
Drones and Cam Ward trained together in the offseason. They're related, cousins on their mother's side. And there is a very friendly rivalry between those two.
Is that where he got the hands on the hips kind of thing? Nice job by Drones, escaping pressure, finding his tight end in the back of the end zone. Virginia Tech scores early. They're up 7-0.
Didn't you read the invitation?
Introducing biometric cooling. Automatically detects your temperature and cools you down. In the all-new 3-row Infinity QX80.
Some people want double the chicken, slow roasted in a burrito with crisp, fresh purple cabbage. Some people don't. And some people are wrong. The Cantina Chicken Burrito, only at Taco Bell.
Gatorade, the world's most superior sports drink, designed to rehydrate, replenish, and refuel. It fuels the best because it is the best. Gatorade, is it in you?
All right, third time's a charm. Here we go. It's okay. Get on the next one.
Pressure's getting to him.
Maybe we should change it up.
Now I got it.
Keenum, get loose.
Here we go. Daddy's got this.
Hey. You got us this far. Keenum's gonna finish the drive.
You got it. Yeah.
Okay.
If only there were backups in real life. But at least there's Progressive to protect your home and auto.
There's some things that work better together, like your workplace benefits and retirement savings. Voya helps you choose the right amounts without over or under investing, so you can feel confident in your financial choices.
Voya, well planned, well invested, well protected.
Popeye's crispy, juicy, tender signature chicken is the meal your craving deserves. And now you can get 3 pieces of the chicken you crave for just $5. We don't make sense, we make chicken.
Love that chicken from Popeyes.
Tamara, Izzy, and Emma. No one puts more love into logistics than these 3. You need them. They need a retirement plan. Work with Principal so we can help you with a plan that's right for your team. Let our expertise round out yours.
Let's go. We're in the building, baby. Ooh, that's crazy. Travel, man. Let's go. You was in the air for like 20 minutes. You saw that vertical? You saw that dude's vertical? That's what I'm talking about. Buckets, baby. Buckets.
The methodical drive by this potent SMU offense.
ACC Primetime Football, Florida State at SMU, Saturday at 8 Eastern on ACCN.
4-0 Miami down 7-0 to Virginia Tech. First time this season Miami has not scored first. Hokies capitalize off the turnover. Line drive kick. Chris Jones, Florida State champion in the 100 and 200 meter as a junior. For Virginia Tech, this is what they wanted. Brent Pry, their head coach, joked with us yesterday. We've been so bad at the beginning of games, we may change our call sheet and start calling our fourth quarter plays early in the game. Well, today, short field off a turnover, and then Kyron Drones, who struggled to make throws downfield against Rutgers, delivers.
Yeah, one thing I thought that Virginia Tech had to do was win time of possession. Close in that category.
Damian Martinez coming off a 3-touchdown game against South Florida, and he is brought down by Kelly Lawson, leading tackler for the Hokies last year, who was a game-time decision.
First in a game this year, they've only trailed 5 minutes and 43 seconds all season long. So this is uncharted waters for the Hurricanes right now.
Time for Ward. APR chasing him from the backside. He gets away from Gilliam. And Ward, the ability to improvise, getting out of bounds close to the marker. Keontae Jenkins wearing that number 25 jersey today. That's the honor that goes to the player who wears Frank Beamer's old uniform.
What an honor that is. Heck of a football coach he was, and for a very, very long period of time, basically built the Virginia Tech program. And I remember watching them on a lot of Thursday nights where they were doing their thing, the only show on at that point in time.
A different special teams player wears the number 25 each week. Special teams a hallmark of Beamer's teams.
Timeout, Miami.
And a timeout,
timeout of the half.
By Miami here on 3rd down and 1.
30-second timeout. Correction.
Will step aside. Mario Cristobal's team to talk it over.
If I was to describe this sandwich in one word, I would say magical. Hi, this is Jamor, and the little thing that I love about the Chick-fil-A honey pepper pimento chicken sandwich is that extra oomph. I go back and forth from the spicy filet to the original filet. Personally, I get into the sweetness of the honey. That's what hits first. Then you have the extra kick from the spicy filet, and then you also have the spice of the jalapeno peppers. The combination alone takes it over the top. It's award-winning in my mind.
Real customer paid for their testimonial.
At Doth's, an ordinary pretzel just isn't enough. So they add savory seasoning and tempting buttery flavor into every delicious twist. Now that's enough to make you order a special delivery.
That seems like a lot.
They're really good. Doth's, sensationally seasoned pretzels.
This Skinny Pop is so delicious.
And only 3 simple ingredients.
I never have to stop.
Thomas, hold my coats and my text.
Got it.
And my emails.
Don't leave.
Skinny Pop, endlessly delicious.
Check out Mahomes' top 3 plays of the day. He scrambles into T-Mobile to get that new iPhone 16 Pro on us. It's a little shimmy, shimmy, shake. What you think, huh?
It's like he's chasing an ice cream truck.
Ice cream! He got his iPhone 16 Pro, the first iPhone built for Apple intelligence.
Cuz holding it up like a baby lion.
Homie takes those T-Mobile savings and calls it a day.
Respect.
Now at T-Mobile.com, get the new iPhone 16 Pro on us. And families can save 20% every month versus the other big guys.
One of these friends can order whatever she wants from the menu. The other has food allergies. You do your best to avoid food allergens, but accidents can still happen. Xolair is an FDA-approved injection proven to significantly reduce allergic reactions from accidental food exposures. Taken once or twice a month, it focuses on the source of food allergy reactions. For adults and children as young as 1, Xolair is effective in reducing allergic reactions to a single or multiple foods.
Don't use if you are allergic to Xolair. Xolair may cause a severe life-threatening allergic reaction called anaphylaxis. Tell your doctor if you ever had anaphylaxis. Get help right away if you have trouble breathing or if you have swelling of your throat or tongue. Xolair should not be used for the emergency treatment of allergic reactions, including anaphylaxis. Xolair is for maintenance use to reduce allergic reactions, including anaphylaxis, while avoiding food allergens. Serious side effects such as cancer, fever, muscle aches and rash, parasitic infection, or heart and circulation problems have been reported.
Help reduce food allergy reactions if an accident happens. Ask an allergist about Xolair.
ESPN's Primetime College Football is presented by Ram Trucks, built to serve, and in part by Chick-fil-A. It's the little things that make game day worth celebrating.
The great Bruce Smith, one of only 2 players in Virginia Tech history with multiple 4-sack games. The other, their current starting edge rusher, Antoine Powell-Ryland, who had it against Old Dominion for the 2nd time in his career just a few weeks ago. 4 sacks, 2 forced fumbles, and a fumble recovery in the game against the Monarchs.
Not bad playing against the run either. Give you a comparison here and see if you agree with me after this play.
It's 3rd down and 1. Orton, the motion man. Miami keeps it on the ground. It'll be short. Damian Martinez. This will depend on the spot.
Now, he reminds me a little bit of Khalil Mack from, obviously, University of Buffalo, played with the Bears, Chargers. He is a solid pass rusher.
Both wear number 52.
Yeah. I mean, he can flat out get after you, both in terms of run defense and certainly getting after the quarterback, which is why he leads the nation with 6 sacks.
Martinez picks up enough for the 1st down. Arroyo, the tight end, in motion. Ward throws downfield for his big tight end, shovels and hangs on. Elijah Arroyo takes it inside the Tech 20.
They describe him as a Jimmy Graham type of player. That means he can run and he can catch it with a big frame. Kind of tips it to himself and reels it in. What a big play for the Hurricanes.
And Miami using the tempo. They hardly got any production from the tight end position last year.
And he's got him wide open right now. No one. He has made a big catch, and there's nobody lined up over him in the slot.
Ward to the end zone. Caught by George. Touchdown, Miami. There is a flag.
And he gives it right back to the Virginia Tech sideline. Drone started it. Cam Ward trying to finish it. See what this flag is about, Anish. What a throw by Cam Ward. And he's just going to find Jacoby George in the back of the end zone. I mean, One heck of a play going through his reads, and that ball is thrown, leading him away from coverage. Lovett's in coverage, but the throw would not allow him to recover.
And the unsportsmanlike will be assessed on the kickoff. A swinging gait here.
Ran a little bit of that in high school as well. Swinging gait. It's been a long time since I've seen that one.
Andy Borregales for the PAT. Mario Cristobal told us this week when they watched Cam Ward on film, the first thing that jumped out was Cristobal called a kick your you-know-what play.
Yeah, and he just doesn't make the same mistake twice. He's a guy that learns fast. He's played a tremendous amount of football, so nothing really gets to him. A mistake here and there, he's going to blow that off and come right back and give you the type of plays that you saw on that touchdown throw.
You know, gentlemen, when I spoke to him this week, there was that quiet confidence, and when you see him on the field, he has the eyes of someone that wants to make a play immediately after a mistake. There wasn't a lot of hooting and hollering, but when I talked to him, he also said this is his revenge tour. For everyone who didn't believe pass, like this was on his mind the entire time. And part of the revenge also is to bring the U back, and they got a guy that can do it. Mario Cristobal says this guy could play linebacker. Well, he happens to have one of the best arms in college football too.
He's got all the numbers. He's had accolades, leading a major football program to a conference championship, eluding him. One of the reasons he spurned the NFL and came to Miami. Virginia Tech brings it out close to the 30-yard line.
I was at the national championship game this year and talked to Coach Darrell Dickey, who's on the staff with Jimbo Fisher at Texas A&M. Went back, saw Cam Ward at a camp, and went back and told Jimbo, hey, I've just seen a guy that can lead a program, major Power 5 program. Didn't offer it. And then after the Washington State stuff, I was like, what do you think then? He's like, oh yeah, the kid can play. No doubt about it. Cam Ward is a baller.
There's that slow mesh. Benji Gosnell, the tight end.
Nice move.
Had the Virginia Tech touchdown earlier, and it looks like he's got enough for a first down. This is a Virginia Tech offense that returns 10 starters. The rushing attack generally leads the way. It's Tootin, it's quarterback run with drones, and they really want to stay committed to the run today and wear down this vaunted
target for this Virginia Tech offense. Drones going to him early and often.
Ollie Jennings back in there for Virginia Tech. Didn't play last week. That one is off the hands of Green and picked off by Miami. Mish Powell, the UW transfer.
You cannot tip the ball with a secondary full of athletes like Miami. They will eat you up in terms of just full of athletes on the back end. And right now, Miami's set to make Virginia Tech pay for their first turnover of the ball game.
Aiden Green almost guided that ball into the hands of Mish Powell. And they talked about Mish Powell as somebody who brought energy and leadership to the defense the same way Cam Ward did to the offense.
All these guys out of the state of Washington, right? Transferring in here to Miami, and they are big-time factors in this year's football team.
Pressure coming. Ward evading, throws back across the middle, incomplete. Wanted Mark Fletcher is running back, 2nd and 10.
Well, he will wait to the last possible second to get a ball out, to give his receivers a chance to work themselves open. He is not afraid. Mention the fact he's played a lot of football, so he just knows situations. He knows the pace of the game, and he tries to slow it down, almost like Luka Doncic with the Dallas Mavericks, playing at a slower pace than everybody else, but yet effective.
When the drum beat gets louder, the heartbeat gets slower. This is Sam Brown. He was Houston's top receiver last year, and it sets up a 3rd and short in what is 4-down territory.
You look at Miami's success on 4th downs. They've only had to go for it 3 times, 33%. And that's just kind of jumping ahead, but they're outstanding on offense on 3rd down at 64.3%. That's 13th in the ACC.
That's number 1 in the nation.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
64%.
Yes. You're absolutely right. Nobody's doing it at that clip.
They've been beating their opponents through 4 games. Again, the schedule, you can say what it is, but by an average of 52-10. Play action set up perfectly. Arroyo glides in. Touchdown Miami. Cam Ward sold it.
That looked like an old Peyton Manning play fake where everybody takes the bait, baby. Arroyo comes wide open right, and the release by Arroyo. That is a 7-on-7 session in practice. It looks so easy.
They line up with 3 tight ends, and Arroyo leaks out. Everybody expecting run. And just like that, 2 quick ones by Miami. It's 14-7.
Boy, the play fake, as you mentioned, sold it. Cam Ward making everybody in the building think run. Arroyo had a different idea. Miami in the end zone again.
On a Longing, Fansville by Dr. Pepper.
Ramon, what are you doing here? Texting another conference now.
Yeah, but it's like on the other side of the country. It's really, really far.
But you're not even on our schedule this season.
Maybe we can meet you in the playoffs.
That's crazy talk.
You know what else is crazy? Getting all that Dr. Pepper flavor with 0 sugar.
But Dr. Pepper doesn't have a questionable secondary like Tech does.
Here, catch!
And that's why you're a mascot.
College football, it's a Pepper thing.
The future is threatened by enemies often unpredictable. When there are battles to win for America's future, there is one constant: Marines.
Introducing new Advil Targeted Relief, the only topical pain reliever with 4 powerful pain-fighting ingredients that start working on contact to target tough pain at the source for up to 8 hours of powerful relief. New Advil Targeted Relief.
Ally helps you save for the things you dream about faster. We can automatically scan your spending to find you savings. Whatever you're saving for, we're all better off with an Ally.
Hey, keep your head in the game, son. The scout from football college is up in the state.
Dad, football's your passion, but mine is providing around-the-clock protection to progressive customers who bundle home and auto.
Jamie, we need you out here for foot.
I'm giving up on yours.
Oh, James, wait!
Meal deal at McDonald's? Here's 1, 2, 3, 4, and the price makes 5.
So much.
That's everything you get with the new $5 meal deal at McDonald's.
Reserve yours at Lyle Pearson Volvo Cars, Boise.
I think we need a bigger yard.
With our credit? This yard's fine.
Go on.
Too long. But didn't I hear I found you?
Yeah. Look, credit Credit Karma can show us how to improve our credit for free. Then we can get a place at the bigger yard.
You hear that, Nora?
From free credit scores to home loans and everything in between, Intuit Credit Karma. Download the app today.
Miami got very little from its tight ends a season ago. That's not been the case this year, and they tell us, yeah, it's been better production from the individual players. It has a lot to do with the quarterback, too.
Yeah, and that last number, the 5, getting into the end zone, yeah, it has a lot to do with an aggressive style of Cam Ward, pushing the ball down the field, taking advantage of different matchups on Arroyo.
Arroyo has just had some trouble staying healthy in his career, but they view him
as a talent,
as one of the great ones. Graham, Olsen, Winslow, Shockey, Franks. There have been quite a few. You'll see some talent on Saturday when number 2 Georgia and number 4 Alabama,
NFL talent,
meet in Tuscaloosa. Did you see who the game day guest picker is?
I did.
It's Miss Terry.
Oh wow, really?
Yes.
It's fitting for Tuscaloosa.
And the app. Miss Terry being the better half of Nick Saban. Fake toss, drones up the gut. Gashes the defense for close to 10.
It's going to be right at the first down marker. I think they're going to move it and give Kyron Drones the first down. Now just continue to play on schedule. They cannot afford negative yardage plays that take Virginia Tech behind the down and distance marker.
The ball was on the 25. Doesn't it have to be on the 35 for that to be a first down? And now we get a flag.
Got a quick start by Moten, Ahmad Moten, who's in the ball game. And now he's not in the ball game.
Offside, number 99 defense. 5-yard penalty, first down.
Yeah, he was in for Barrow, who I really like as a player. And when that offsides penalty occurred, coach has got Moten out of the game. Yeah, that's clearly on him. And Barrow Jr. is right back in there, number 10. Transfer out of Michigan State. I love this kid on film. He is strong at the point of attack. You feel him after you're across the line of scrimmage from him.
Tugboat Tootin. Kangaroos across the 40. Second and about 2.
Nice job by Richard coming up from his secondary spot. Transfer for Vanderbilt. We talked a lot about Vanderbilt tonight after taking down Virginia Tech in that opener 34-27. Commodores are off to a good start.
Clark Lee's got that program playing much better this year. Almost had the upset against Vandy. Tootin again. And he appears to have enough to move the chains.
It's exactly what this Virginia run, which means you're establishing the line of scrimmage, wear them down up front, and then win time of possession.
Now, they didn't give him the first, so third down and short. Miami crowding the box. Drones, the quarterback sneak. And that will be enough.
And you know I like that, right? Out of the shotgun,
not being in
under center, where you can get some push and you're not allowing for penetration. Love that play call.
Terrific article on ESPN.com this morning by Andrea Adelson on the relationship between Drones and Cam Ward. Those two have become very close, and Drones has said, I had this game circled on my calendar for some time. Here comes the blitz. Powell forces Drones to flush it. Safety blitz.
And I thought Felton was going to work his way back. He worked to the middle of the field away from Drones, so there's no way you're going to throw it up over the middle, scrambling to your right. That's just asking for trouble. And he does the smart thing to come back on second down. Throw it away, come back on second down. Where's the matchup? Where's Jalen Lane, number 83, for Kyron Drones?
He is lined up in the slot top of your screen. It is a run. And there is Tootin close to midfield. Kark?
You guys were talking about Brent Pry earlier and Vanderbilt. That was week 1. And I talked to him on the field before the game. He said it was so hot and humid down in Nashville week 1. Prepared his team for today because the real feel is around 100 degrees here in Miami. For a guy from the Northeast like me, brutal. I know Andre Ware living in Houston, no big deal. But for me, yeah, it's real.
It feels great. This is actually a tick down from the humidity that we faced in Houston right now.
Drones wants lane, incomplete. You saw Jadis Richard trailing him pre-snap and through the play, but there is a flag and maybe some contact here.
That's Richard working against Jalen Lane, and it's going to give Virginia Tech an automatic first down. And keep this drive going, which is exactly what Virginia Tech needs. And you see there, 25 working against 83. Absolutely pass interference. No need to argue on that one, Anish.
Hokies back into Canes territory. Malachi Thomas in at running back. Aiden Green in motion. Green catches the screen. Dangerous pass. Stiff arm. Down the sideline. Aiden Green slips all the way across the 30 of Miami. And let's see where they mark him if he went out of bounds.
What a play. Nice job after the catch by Green up the sideline. A little stiff arm on Hill.
Well, looks like they say he stepped out of bounds before the first down marker. Wow. So 2nd down and 1.
I'd be surprised if Mr. Drones doesn't keep this one.
To the air, dropped by Felton. Against Rutgers last week, Drones missed Felton on a couple of deep balls. That's one Felton has had to have.
And those are the accuracy problems that Kyron Drones has. That one thrown well behind DeQuan Felton, who was a team captain, and usually a pretty reliable deep threat for this Virginia Tech offense. But when you're moving one way and the ball's thrown behind you, that's a tough, tough catch.
Quarterback run could be on the table out of an empty set. There it is, first down, Virginia Tech.
Kind of felt that was coming on 3rd down. Excuse me, on 2nd down, Anish. And Virginia Tech got they have an offensive lineman down, one of the Moore brothers. I think it's Braylon Moore, the center.
It is Braylon Moore, redshirt sophomore, Bethlehem, Pennsylvania.
Plays right next door to his brother, Caden Moore, who's the right guard. Just keep an eye on the middle of the screen. Number 61 kind of gets rolled up. Yeah, one of the defenders for Miami, I think may have been Tyler Barron, who rolled into his knee.
Virginia Tech's offensive line already without Laith Ganem tonight. He and Bob Schick had been rotating in at guard. Schick got the start last week with Ganem out. Ganem out again today. ESPN Plus has some great featured games on Saturday. Syracuse has a sellout crowd at the JMA Wireless Dome for Holy Cross. Then at 3:30, TCU and Kansas at Arrowhead Stadium. Kansas playing its Big 12 home games at Arrowhead, while their home stadium gets completely rebuilt and redecorated in Lawrence.
They're working Caden Moore at center, so he has taken some snaps with Kyron Drones. Not sure who's going to be the right guard. Maybe Brody Meadows, who's warming up along the sideline as well. Redshirt sophomore in Bloomfield, Virginia. The Bluefield, Virginia.
So Caden Moore will take over for his brother at center. Brody Meadows does slide in at right guard.
And now to get everybody settled in, just run the football.
A toss to Thomas. Halfback option. He gets lit up, and it's underthrown.
Not sure where he was throwing it, but his tight end, Gosnell, Benji Gosnell, who caught the touchdown pass, was working towards the middle portion of the field. One, he's late, and two, he throws it outside, maybe away, and they may get him for intentional grounding because there was no one out there. Let's just see what we have here.
Intentional grounding. Offense number 24. That's a stop back. Loss of down. Second down.
Yeah, that's a drive killer.
Now that's tough. Down inside the 35-yard line or so, and to have a play like that, or a penalty happen to move you back, and that is tough to recover from when you're an offense that relies on staying on schedule.
Virginia Tech, their first timeout of the half, 32nd timeout.
And Andre, that was a big part of the game plan tonight. It sounds simple, but if you can stay ahead of the chains, you can neuter some of Miami's pressure packages. Hurricanes come into this game leading the country in sacks. If you're living in second and long, third and long, it's dangerous.
Let's take a look at this and see if he was indeed outside the tackle box. Oh, definitely outside the tackle box. And then there's, I think the call is correct. He's well outside of it. Once the ball's pitched, he's just about outside of it at that point.
Let's bring in Matt Austin. Matt, what did you see?
Yeah, well, here's why it's intentional grounding. The quarterback gave the possession of the ball up to another player. The player who receives the snap is the only person who has protection from grounding the ball. So yes, this was outside the tackle box, but that's not the original quarterback or the person who received the snap who threw it away. So that is indeed a foul.
If he just throws it inside, let Gosnell make a play on it. It's either an incomplete pass or he throws it like, you know, he's turning quarterback and tries to throw it out of bounds. Doing a little too much.
Second and 19. Both teams have two timeouts. 4:11 to go. Opening quarter. Both teams have a touchdown off of a turnover. Lane, the motion man. Screen pass to Tootin, and he is upended. Lost a couple more on the play. It's third down. O.J. Frederic, the three-star freshman who's turned into a find.
Yeah, I mean, they go find players on ability, not based on stars. And this kid is going to be a star at some point here. Just a true freshman, got a lot of length and plays with a lot of passion.
Timeout was called by Miami. Their second timeout of the half, 32nd timeout.
Frederic from one of those programs that you just keep hearing a lot about. You talk about St. Thomas Aquinas, there have been some pretty good football players to come out of that high school.
Tyler Barron, the Tennessee transfer, who has been a one-man tempest this season, is down for Miami. Kane still without Ruben Bain, the ACC Defensive Rookie of the Year.
When they feel that humidity that Clark was talking about, it's like cramps for Barron. Physically imposing player. He's one of those guys that you want to see get off the bus first. You know, that's how this team was built, from the inside out. Offensive line, defensive lines.
Now watch what happens here. Now Barron goes down as Miami's trying to sub off Messidor.
He is some player. And the coaches could not believe that they were able to get him, and he was ready to leave Tennessee. How he got out the door at Tennessee was a major question mark.
Now Barron is limping off the field. Aerial coverage provided by Goodyear, celebrating the challenge of road games everywhere. Are you ready for the road? Goodyear, more driven.
Right now, it's just not make a mistake. If you're going to throw it, there's got to be a shallow cross where a guy turns up and runs and makes a challenge for the first down, but you don't want to turn it over right here if you're Virginia Tech.
Three-man rush with a spy. Drones over the middle. Underthrown. Incomplete. Darryl Porter made a play on the ball for Miami. And it's fourth down.
He almost... And he's leading too much, leading the intended receiver a little bit too much.
Veteran punter Peter Moore, three-time captain to kick for Virginia Tech, and Ray Joseph back to return. This one bounces, and it's downed at the 16-yard line. Well, we mentioned the relationship between these two quarterbacks, Drones and Ward. They, along with Shedeur Sanders, trained during the offseason. They're very close. There's a lot of, I guess you could say in quotes, friendly banter between the group.
Darryl Colbert Jr., he is a guy that he's worked with some talented quarterbacks. Those guys, a lot of them will go on to play on Sundays, but he knows what he's doing. His dad was a pretty good receiver as well in his own right, in his time in the game. Played for the Chiefs, went to TSU, and was one heck of a player.
Damian Martinez, one cut and a gain of a couple.
Was he alone to bring down big back at over 230 pounds and two back-to-back 1,000-yard seasons at Oregon State. You know, what's crazy about the whole thing is Mark Fletcher actually was one of the primary recruiters in bringing Martinez. You say, why is that a big story? Because they play the same position. You usually don't have guys recruiting other guys to campus that play the same spot.
Ward, a little shovel. Riley Williams, one of the tight ends. And Andre Mario Cristobal said when Fletcher is trying to go get Martinez to come to Coral Gables, that validates and reinforces the culture that you're trying to bring to a program.
And the type of player that you want to, you just want players who care about winning. Let's go get guys that can come in here and help us win. Not so much the selfish stuff. And that's what Mark Fletcher was all about. Hey, if he can help us win, bring him in.
Ward steps up and runs for the first, brought down from behind. Tackle made by Caleb Woodson, who had 10 tackles against Rutgers last week.
Just so poised. Plays the game at his pace. And he can hit another gear when he wants to and separate, but he just kind of, it just looks like he's doing what he wants to do.
Prolific wideout in program history.
I don't know if Dorian Strong could have been in better position. The throw is what beats Strong. He's in great position, but it's the throw by Cam Ward pulling his receiver Restrepo down and away from Dorian Strong.
Virginia Tech loves its two corners. They feel Strong and Mansour Delane are both pros. Again off play action, back shoulder. Jacoby George was out of bounds.
He just kind of didn't know where he was along the sideline. And George kind of regretting that one. Let's go back and take a look at that last play by Restrepo. Who's helping him up there? Michael Irvin. He's a guy that can appreciate a tough catch, right? I think he's not a big-time part of this U program. Absolutely.
Yeah, that was when Miami was in the heyday of the U. Fletcher machetes his way to the 35.
They can come at you a ton of different ways. Restrepo, Arroyo, Sam Brown have all caught passes. And then here comes Martinez and Fletcher in the running game. Behind a talented offensive line who Mario Cristobal told us this is the strength of the offense. A lot of people think it's Camp. He's one of them. But the offensive line, they're clicking on all cylinders right now.
And they're still without their NFL caliber left tackle, Jalen Rivers. Ward downfield, Restrepo contested, hangs on, first and goal Miami. 5 plays of 25-plus yards for Miami, an offense that has thrived on the explosive play through the first 4 games, has carried it into the ACC opener.
Every fall, we say hello to a change in routine and just a little bit of chaos.
Everybody have everything? Yeah. Great.
This is no more evident than in your driveway. It's center stage for handoffs, trunk swaps, and countless last-second pivots. We're here for what's ahead, helping you shift seasons in style, no matter how long it takes to get on your way. Because this fall, we've got a lot to look forward to. Your fall favorites are here.
We're building something. We have to think big.
What do you know about wind turbines?
I know they blow.
You're an outsider. Tulsa is mine.
We might have some trouble coming our way.
You want to build a future, you gotta know what you want.
We're in this together. You want to go down fighting?
I don't answer to anybody.
Tulsa King, new season now streaming exclusively on Paramount Plus.
There wouldn't be an hour in the day that I wouldn't think about my hair thinning.
I hid under my hat for a good 3 years.
I experienced many challenges with prescribed medication.
Losing your sex drive feels very shameful.
My dermatologist recommended Nutrafol.
It's 100% drug-free and clinically tested.
Within 3 months, there was new growth.
My hair was stronger, and I don't have to choose between my health or my hair.
Start your hair growth journey at Nutrafol.com/men.
I wish we could watch the college football games we actually care about.
You can. On ESPN with Sling, they have the college football that you love. You can even choose and customize your channel lineup with Sling. And you can watch it on your phone.
That sounds so easy. Now, how do we get out of here?
Follow me.
I love this. Yeah, that place was way too crowded.
Prepay and save with Season Pass and get the college football you care about. Sling lets you do that.
The 2468 value menu is back from the afterlife. Fill your soul with deals to die for, like the Everyday Value Slam and so much more. The 2468 value menu, only at Denny's. Don't miss Beetlejuice, now in theaters.
The $6 meal deal is here. It starts with Dunkin's legendary coffee, a toasty, melty bacon, egg, and cheese sandwich, and a crispy, crumbly order of hash browns. It's kind of the biggest deal in breakfast. The $6 meal deal, available now.
Open your eyes. You deserve better from your phone service. At Total Wireless, we're fixing that. No more hidden fees. No more surprises on your bill. You deserve to get it all, and that's exactly what we'll give you. Find your local store at TotalWireless.com.
Coach, what's the best way to slow down Cam Ward?
Yeah, we're about a half step from getting to him. We got to get a couple hits on him, affect him that way a little bit. Got to be relentless in our rush on him when he gets out of the pocket. But we got to go challenge balls when they're in the air. And right now we're allowing them to catch them.
Thank you, Coach.
First and goal, Miami to begin the second quarter. Mark Fletcher steamrolls to the 5-yard line, second down and goal.
This is where the leadership of a guy like Cam Ward is on full display. When you get him inside the red zone, they have been ridiculous this year. It's 92%, 16 touchdowns, 6 field goals. This is where all that veteran leadership, all the playing time starts to come to the forefront because he knows how to take care of the ball, but he also knows how to distribute it and find guys that are open.
Out of a 2 tight end set, back to the ground. It'll bring up a 3rd down and goal.
Run behind Inez Cooper, the right guard, who is just huge, 6'6". 350 pounds. He's lost over 100 pounds. At one point was 450, but he's nimble, big. You see, he's in shape, and they think that he's an NFL talent. I'm going to tell you something. Mario Cristobal says a guy on the offensive line is an NFL talent. I believe it, because he's coached some really good ones onto the NFL.
Both tight ends now go wide to the right.
Changing the play here.
Ward on the run, floats it back to the end zone. George! Flag down, a touchdown if it stands.
What a throw, the touch to George, which if it stands is his second, but it won't.
Number 7, 10-yard penalty, 3rd down.
Kel Bell, the left tackle, who came in January from Holmes Community College in Mississippi, is the guilty Miami Hurricane.
He's done a nice job for them, starting in place of Rivers' 4th consecutive start at left tackle.
You find number 70 right there. See if he indeed does hold. Oh, that's touchy.
Ward's throw intercepted. Mose Phillips picks it off. That's a big takeaway for Virginia Tech with Miami right on the doorstep.
Just lulls him to sleep. Is Phillips, the safety, and made him think he was going to stay inside. He had a receiver turning up the sideline and made him think he was wide open. And I tell you what, Mose Phillips III, that's a heck of a job of disguising coverage and the last possible second stepping in the passing lane. Well, he thinks he's going to have, I think it's George. No, it's actually Restrepo up the sideline, and boy, does Phillips play it nicely.
First career interception for Mose Phillips, and Virginia Tech with the ball and the chance to tie. Drones finds Lane, who slips down and covers the ball up at the 40-yard line.
Only the 3rd interception of the year for Cam Ward. Boy, was he fooled in. You won't fool him much, especially down in the red zone, because he gets the ball out so quickly. But Phillips did one heck of a job of staying inside just to the last possible second.
Drones, quarterback run, sheds a tackle. A yard shy of the marker.
You don't think Drones came to compete tonight?
He did.
You think he doesn't want to win right here? And the guy that he works out with, the guy that they sweat in the summers. Oh, yeah. And they probably talked about it all off season. But we got something for you. Got some experience coming back.
The most returning starters in college football for Virginia Tech. Hand off Tootin, breaks a tackle. He could go. Bayshore Tootin, 55-yard house call.
And bouncing off defenders to do it. What a heck of a job by Tootin to get himself free. A nice job up front by the offensive line, Chapman and Schick. And I mean, it's just then a foot race. Mario Noah, the linebacker who came in on the tackle, broke that tackle, and boy, we are an extra point from being tied up.
Tootin has been a touchdown machine. That's his 9th of the season, 44th of his career.
It's Mose Phillips III with the interception, kind of baiting Cam Ward, and then they turn it over to their playmaker, Tootin, who breaks the tackle and houses 155 yards. 14-14, it's all tied.
What's Danny doing?
He saved so much bundling home and auto with the personal price plan that he got excited.
Bundle is live!
And bundled football with football.
Bundle, amigo! You got bundle! Bundle is live!
Field goal!
Bundle and save with the personal price plan. Field goal.
So do you kick it or pass it?
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Oh, no. Guess I'm going back to the store.
I can fix that.
Fast fixes with Felix.
Tomorrow work?
Works for me.
Gotta run.
That's what you do.
Delivery at the speed you need.
Hardee's $5.99 original bag gets you way more than junior burgers, small Sammys, or tiny nuggies. You can't skimp on goodness on game day. The original bag, just $5.99. Only at Hardee's.
I have a surprise for you.
Oh, yes, please.
Yeah. Feast your eyes on this.
Oh, that's sexy. Feels so new.
I want to feel this feeling again and again.
Can I hold it?
How bad do you want to hold it?
I'm not gonna beg, but pretty please.
They don't. Go ahead, press a button.
Oh, it's glowing.
Apple Intelligence. We should do this more often.
Agreed.
Rekindle the feeling of love with the new iPhone 16 Pro on us. And feel it again and again with the latest iPhone every year with AT&T Next Up Anytime.
A new chapter unfolds in the biggest game of the year.
On the football action with Underdog, just by picking higher or lower on 2 or more players on stats like yards, touchdowns, and receptions to win up to 1,000 times your cash. Now available in 33 states. Join the millions of Underdog customers who have won billions just by playing along. Sign up and deposit using promo code Billy to get up to $1,000 in bonus cash. Higher, lower, it's your call. All on Underdog.
Be right there. Wait. Use the shovel and bucket of water, remember? Drown, stir, drown, feel. Then make sure it's cool.
Where'd you learn that?
SmokeyBear.com. Brushed up on some tips before we left. Don't want to start a wildfire, right?
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Aerial coverage provided by Goodyear. Road tested and game ready. Are you ready for the road? Goodyear, more driven. 14-point swing. Miami on the verge of punching it in. Instead, an interception. And then a 55-yard touchdown run by Bayshore Tootin. And we've got a brand new ball game And the history between these two teams runs back a lot of memorable games. You go back to their days in the Big East. Even though Miami's won 4 of the last 5 and 7 of the last 10. 03, Miami beats Virginia Tech. Battle of top 3 teams in the Orange Bowl. 2000. In 03, Virginia Tech ended Miami's 39-game regular season win streak. 04, first year in the ACC for both. Virginia Tech beats Miami in the regular season finale to secure a spot in a BCS bowl game. And then 2017, the last time these two met when both were ranked teams.
Cam Ward usually follows up a bad play with a good one. So let's see what he has here for us.
Swing pass out of the backfield. And Martinez hammerheads his way for a gain of about 9. 2nd and 1. The playbook is open.
Came back. First mistake of the game. The turnover. And he hit Jacoby. He's off to a pretty good start here with a 9-yard completion to Damian Martinez.
Martinez picks up the tough yards to move the chains.
And that's what we talked about earlier, their ability to kind of hit you in both directions through the pass and the running game. We've seen Fletcher come in the game. Martinez is their bruiser. He's the starter, but they can also open it up with an explosive passing game here.
Down the middle, too high for Restrepo. Virginia Tech bringing some pressure that time. Caleb Spencer.
You think he doesn't have confidence in his arm? I mean, that one with guys barreling down in his face, and he's also got a lot of confidence in the receivers on the other end of these the other end of his passes. A guy like Restrepo, who's caught a touchdown pass and has made a couple of big catches in this game.
Shannon Dawson, his OC, telling us Ward's confidence has been contagious.
Stand corrected. Arroyo caught the touchdown, as not Restrepo.
Martinez, and it'll bring up 3rd down.
And this is where, if you're Virginia Tech, you want all 11 defenders dialed in, is what Brent Pry told us, and getting off the field on 3rd down. 3rd and long, you've created it. Now you have to take advantage of it and not allow Miami to pick up a 1st down here. They're the best in the country on this down.
Restrepo in motion. Virginia Tech rushes forward. Ward steps up, dancing, slingshot over the middle. That's Jordan Lyle. And they get the freshman by the ankles, not before a gain of 17. Last week, Lyle had a 91-yard touchdown run, longest run in Miami history.
And 2 words to describe him, and that is super talented, is what the coaching staff used. He is going to be a star, just a true freshman, as you mentioned, but he has worked his way up the depth chart, and they love him around here.
Off-platform throw by Ward. Remind you of anybody?
Yeah, no doubt about it.
Chris Johnson into the game at running back, goes wide. They want Johnson on the wheel. Reaches up, and it's broken up. Incomplete. Dorian Strong. That's Virginia Tech's top corner against a running back.
They've produced some pretty good defensive backs over the years, haven't they? Well, so when they tell you that they've got 2 really good corners, you may want to believe them. Strong and Delane are guys that can flat out play. They've got excellent size. Both are 6'1", go about 6'1", and they can cover you up. On the bottom, they got Strong man-to-man.
Ward already over 200 yards passing. They keep it on the ground. And a loss of a yard for Lyle. 3rd down.
It just never looks like he's in a hurry. I mean, just never looks like he's rushed. Always looks like he's poised. And he's just kind of playing the game at his pace. You're not going to speed him up to make him uncomfortable. A lot of guys will say, oh, we want to get in the quarterback's face and speed up the front. He doesn't. I mean, his heart is barely ticking right now as he plays the game, much slower than a lot of the other guys on the field.
Virginia Tech showing blitz on 3rd and long. There it comes. Hit from the backside. APR into the box score.
That's number 7.
The nation's sack leader, Antoine Powell-Ryland.
And there are just some guys, Anish, that you cannot leave one-on-one with a tackle. And you've got to have some help from a dangerous pass rusher like APR. He's got every move in the book, and he just swats the hands away of Markel Bell.
So Dylan Joyce, who has not been busy this season, will come on to punt. Just his 5th punt in as many games. And Jalen Lane, a dangerous return man, is the deep man. They've got 2 back there. They kick it away from Lane. And that is Turner Bradshaw. Takes it out across the 30. Virginia Tech ball on the other side. Hokies with a chance to retake the lead.
The new 12-team college football playoff begins December 20th on ESPN.
Clem's not a morning person or a people person, but he is an I can solve this in 4 different ways person. You need Clem. Clem needs benefits. Work with principals so we can help you with a plan that's right for him. Let our expertise round out yours.
When you want something, you pursue it. And with vitiligo, the pursuit for your pigment is just the same. It's time you found a proven choice to help restore what's yours. Opzelura is the first and only FDA-approved prescription treatment for non-segmental vitiligo, proven to help repigment skin over time, restoring what's yours. It really is possible with a steroid-free cream that you can apply yourself.
Opzelura can lower your ability to fight infections, including TB or hepatitis B or C. Serious lung infections, skin cancer, blood clots, and low blood cell counts occurred with Opzelura. In people taking JAK inhibitors, serious infections, increased risk of death, lymphoma, other cancers, and major cardiovascular events have occurred. The most common side effects were acne and itching where applied.
Repigmentation is possible. Ask your dermatologist today about starting or refilling Opzelura. Pursue it.
Welcome to AutoZone. What are you working on today?
My car's starting kind of slow.
Let's see. Just needs a charge. It's free.
Are you sure it's free?
Positive.
Trains. Trains that sense what isn't on the schedule. Trains that use the power of Dell AI and Intel to see hundreds of miles of tracks, clearing the way so you arrive exactly where you belong.
In every generation, there are those who question the status quo. Questions like, why can't chicken be slow roasted? Why can't I have shredded purple cabbage? Why can't my quesadilla have cheese inside and out? And where's my avocado stay? The Cantina Chicken Menu. Only at Taco Bell.
The Friday Night Spotlight is on the Virginia Tech football program's brotherly love. The program has had 35 sets of brothers over the years, with some very notable ones like the Fullers and the Edmonds. This year, the Hokies have 3 sets of brothers, including the Gosnells, Stephen and Benji, who happen to be 2 of 13 children their parents, Tommy and Judy, had. Benji, who is the second youngest, told me coming from that size of a family taught him to be selfless, to share everything, and there's never room for what's best for you. It's always about the needs for everyone else. Judy, his mom, at one point in time, homeschooled all 13 children. Do you imagine that? I'm doing the Irish jig when the bus comes for my kids.
Carr, can you imagine Thanksgiving dinner as Lane finds a tunnel all the way to midfield?
Tell you what, you're talking about the Gosnells, and they're one's a tight end, one's obviously a wide receiver. We talked about Braylon and Caden Moore, 2 offensive linemen that play right next to one another. Had a lot of success in bringing in
brothers or family members. Benji Gosnell has a touchdown. There's Tootin. He's got the other one. Slips the tackle. Gets to the outside. Powell can't bring him down. Still fighting. Big first half for Tugboat Tootin. A gain of 15 more. Up to 80 yards rushing.
I think it was Jaden Harris who he gave it to and took it away. I mean, just nice patient run, playing at his speed. And it was actually Powell, the safety, who came up and swung and missed, not Harris.
Hokies have seized momentum. Drones, clean pocket downfield. There's Stephen Gosnell taken down inside the 20-yard line. Mish Powell the stop. Virginia Tech in the red zone.
A nice job by Drones, just hanging in the pocket. Things are collapsing right at his feet, and he stands tall and delivers a nice ball to Gosnell. This is impressive by this Virginia Tech offense. Taking advantage of possessions and moving the football with consistency.
Tootin to the outside, cut down in the backfield.
Well played.
That's a TFL, Akeem Messidor, part of that talented Miami defensive line.
Yeah, does a nice job of disengaging from an offensive lineman. He's versatile on the edge. Yeah, you can line him up at defensive end. You can play. I love that region of the world.